Hello, everybody from around the world. Again, this is Samson coming to you from Los Angeles, California. I hope all of you are safe and healthy at this time. It's very exciting. It's my honor, also very excited to be here with you today to share an amazing opportunity, a project that I started about 10 and a half years ago that has literally changed my life. Now, as Brenda mentioned, I've been a business owner for I guess more around 30 years now. So it's been a long time, and I've done many kind of businesses. One thing, though, I found that being successful at anything is not something that we necessarily learn in school. I mean, I believe that school is a place where we can acquire some knowledge and skill, but it's only until we are out in the workforce that we have a chance to practice that or use it to then we can progress in life, hopefully with the life that we want. I mean, today I'm going to share with you some ideas that I have grasped upon that has changed my life. I mean, look, people around the world, I believe, are looking for the same thing. For me, I've traveled to more than 40 countries around the world, and the number one thing everybody wants is to have that economic security and certainty. Now, I don't think I need to say too much about what's happened the last 3 to 4 months or 5 months around the world, and it's been catastrophic in a sense. And it's not funny, I know, but we have to deal with the situation, no matter where we are in the world. So how does that play in how we are all living, right? So people are looking for that, and the other thing is, of course, time flexibility. That if you are lucky enough to get back to work right now, and you're hoping that the more you work, the more you make. Well, at the same time, though, we did have a few months to have more times, as most people around the world are told to stay at home. And we had to do a little bit self-reflection and see what we really want out of life. Well, here's a chance. Think about that. If you had all the time in the world and was able to make money, how would you do it? And of course, the point of being healthy and having vitality is very important. It's very sad that the coronavirus has affected so many elderly people's lives. And for those of you who don't know, in the U.S., a third of the people who passed away were elderly people. And look, all of us are getting old. So health and our energy to live life to the fullest, I believe, is very important. And hopefully all of you had time to reflect on what kind of life that you want. Now, at the end of the day now, more than ever, I find people are willing to help other people. I think in terms of living, and this is aside from any business or money, that we are all good people at heart. Hope that all of you are empowered to help others that are in need. I mean, for me, the last few months has been tremendous, as I'm very fortunate to have the financial resources to help other people. I've donated a lot, and also maybe spend time with some people who didn't have the opportunity. They felt lonely because of the isolation. So now we are all reaching out online, just like today. And it's become a new way to live, right? But what happened to all our dreams? I mean, are they dead? Hopefully that you do have hope and faith that things will turn around. It is turning around for us in the U.S. And I'm sure, I was talking to a few people before we started, that it's starting to open up around the world. So let's hope that we get back to some kind of normal, and also hopefully that we can move as a society in a better direction, right? To create a better world. And at the end of the day, that's what we really want. And I think the last few months, I mean, as I talk to my friends around the world, they have their mindset have changed, and that we can all build a better world. So why not? Look, the pressure of the global socioeconomic shifts is tremendous. I mean, the life, as I look back, the last 5 to 10 years have accelerated a lot of changes in our daily lives. It doesn't matter what it is. The world is very connected through technology, as you know. Many of us have those smartphones. We are pretty much the smartest generation. And during this, especially the last few months, during this lockdown, we've all rely on social media to to relate, to get social, to see what's happening outside and with our friends and families. The culture is changing as many social issues are rising up, just like we have in the U.S. I mean, there's many of that social awareness, which is very good. And at the same time, it draws attention that maybe this global socioeconomic system is not really working. So, and we look at that, this global convergence where you have technology, this connectivity, creating globalization, that there's a new economy happening. And so, look, whoever invited you on this webcast today, they're thinking about you. They're thinking about, you know what, maybe there is something that we can all do to, in the new economy, in the internet economy, that we can go global and do something maybe on the side or full-time or part-time that we can all get ahead. One thing I remember and I often think about is when Warren Buffett said, if you want to get ahead, look, you better be able to make money while you're sleeping. Now, that was a mystery to me, to tell the truth, many years ago, about 20 years ago. I was in the furniture business. I had 3 stores, and I had to work every day. I mean, when I first opened my store in 1995, I pretty much worked 7 days a week for the first year and a half to 2 years. And I was lucky to get my money back after that time. So, yeah, I mean, that definitely wasn't about the new economy at all, but we've changed. So about 10 and a half years ago, I started working with a company called Jeunesse Global. And at the time, we started doing business in a few countries. The owner's background, they're in IT. They know what they're doing. They built the infrastructure globally. And, in a very short time, we're doing business in more than 150 countries. If you think about that, that's a big market. So look, if you think about what Warren Buffett said, like I said a little bit earlier, is that, look, what if you have a chance to make money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Now, for me, being in a business that has an e-commerce aspect to it, I mean, that would be the most ideal because the internet never closes. And if you have an online store that never closes, you have a potential to make money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, because Jeunesse grew so fast, we have many offices around the world, employees who speak multiple languages, warehouses around the world. We're able to grew incredibly fast. In just 6 years, by our 6th year, we did more than $1.1 billion with a B. It's huge. Some of the other conventional companies that hit $1 billion a year, it took Apple 6 years, Facebook 6 years, Amazon 4 years, eBay 7 years, and Google 5 years. So if you can imagine, see, doing business is one thing where you have to invest your own resources and your knowledge and your effort to grow a global business. Here, Jeunesse already done that. They built the infrastructure that can do business around the world. So I like to say that, in a sense, we have our footprint all over the world. How we grow it? Well, the upside is huge. So we do work. What does Jeunesse do? We do focus actually on wellness and anti-aging. At the beginning, 10 and a half years ago, the owners of the company, they met with a doctor who was researching stem cell, and that was Dr. Nathan Newman. And in short, he was really one of the pioneers in creating products derived from stem cell technology. Now, we also, on our Jeunesse Scientific Advisory Board, we have Dr. William M. Zalog. He's a medical doctor and also well-versed in Chinese medicine, the Oriental medicine. He's a director of product science. And we also have Dr. Vincent Giampapa. Now, if you don't know him, you should, because he's what I regard as one of the fathers of anti-aging. He was the first president of the American Academy of Anti-Aging, the 4 A's. So, I mean, he's like the who's. He's been on television around the world. And we have Dr. Donna Antar at our Orlando corporate office, evaluating and training on all sorts of products and science. And then we also have Christian Drapeau, who is a very well-known researcher also in stem cells. He's actually written 3 books on stem cells. So all these scientists and doctors, they have created technology and products, cutting edge, that you cannot get at a department store or grocery store, or even some doctors. The technology that we have is cutting edge, only found in Jeunesse. So through this, through this advent of all these technology, these doctors have helped us create a system called the YES system, called the Youth Enhancement System. Now, today I won't be able to go over all the products and technology, but just realize that, you know what, aging is not one cause or another. It's a whole slew of symptoms, right? But at the end of the day, you want to get to the root, to the cellular aging, to work with the DNA, and that's where actually Jeunesse product is well known for. Because imagine, you have maybe, depends on how big you are, right? 50 to 100 trillion cells in your body. And what if you have technology and products that can get to these cells on a cellular level? Because you know what? Wellness, getting benefit from product is not about how much you take. It's about what you can absorb. So that's a big difference. Now, what I'm going to do now is maybe share a couple of videos for you to tell you about what are we doing. So the first video we have is with Dr. Nathan Newman. He'll tell you a little bit about how he came upon the owners of Jeunesse and why this company came together. Second video is of a product that we it's pretty much the number one product that we have, that we literally sell hundreds of millions of dollars just on that one product, the cutting edge. Because at the end of the day, when I first started, I thought, all this science sounds good, but does it work? Well, watch and listen, and you will find out. Hold on. Here we are. Let me try again. All right. Here we are. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nathan Newman. I'm a cosmetic surgeon in Beverly Hills. I trained at Albert Einstein Medical Center in New York, where I got my medical degree. And then I went and I did a residency at Cook County Hospital in dermatology. From there, I went to Riverside and did a fellowship in cosmetic surgery. I read an article about how when you take out the fat and leave it in a syringe, you can see the separation between the fat and the water, and in between it, there is a stem cell rich layer there. We then took these stem cells, concentrated them, started treating people, and we got amazing results. The quality of the skin in the patients we treated was getting improved within a matter of weeks. I met Randy and Wendy Lewis in 2009. Randy had a problem with his knee. He came to my office to get the stem cell treatment. We treated him, he got better, and while he was here, we started talking. He asked me what else I do with my technology or what else I do in my research, and I told him basically that we've developed this polypeptide technology that helps to heal wounds and improve the skin. And we've made a cosmetic product out of it. And he asked me, how many of these do you sell in a month? And I said, about 40. And he looked at me and goes, how would you like to sell 40,000? I said, sure. Randy and Wendy went home. 2 days later, they call me back and they say, okay, we've made a company called Jeunesse, and we're going to sell your product. And the rest is history.
Dark cherry, blueberry, Concord grape, pomegranate, and acai berries. We've blended these 5 superfruits into one refreshing, powerful, and delicious supplement. Reserve. Each fruit in Reserve was specifically selected for its antioxidant level, nutrition profile, and great taste, and then boosted with aloe vera, grapeseed, and green tea extracts, and Reserve's most influential ingredient, resveratrol. This heart-friendly polyphenol has been the subject of decades of research and gained a worldwide reputation. Proven protection. CAP-E laboratory tests showed that Reserve may enter and protect red blood cells from free radical damage. Reserve is the perfect combination of 5 superfruits, heart-friendly resveratrol, and other scientifically studied ingredients into one refreshing, powerful, and delicious supplement. Reserve. It's vitality reserved for you.
Now, when I first started in Jeunesse, like I said, I was just hoping that the products work. But since I've been already doing it 10 and a half years, the products absolutely work. I get huge benefit. My own personal experiences with the Reserve is that, when I was really on my schedule to run in the morning, I would take 2 Reserves before I go run on an empty stomach. I found that I get a lot more energy and endurance out of it. And then I see my mom, who's a breast cancer conqueror, actually got huge benefit from that. She eats one a day now, and it's been more than 10 years now. So people do get tremendous benefit, and I would encourage you to, if you have questions about the products, just get back with the person who put you on this webcast, and then they can tell you more about their own personal experience. And we have a lot of information on the science. Okay, so now. Well, let's talk about the business side, because many of you are probably thinking, okay, this concept sounds good. We can stay healthy, stay young, and make money at the same time on a global platform. Well, how do we do that? Because, I'm going to explain to you maybe in the next 5 minutes how it all works. See, in Jeunesse, the company has built a huge infrastructure to help you build the business. Okay, and it's very unique. You get an e-commerce replicated website. So it's like the same thing. If you go to Amazon or eBay, there's a back office there and a website. You get to choose your own username, and that's how people can find you. Next, the company does have inventory in more than 50 offices and logistics centers around the world. So when people go to your website to buy something, the company will drop ship for you to them door to door. All right. So it's pretty easy. And the other thing is, look, if you do business around the world, imagine we ship to 150 plus countries. You got to be able to collect money. All right. And also pay people commission around the world. Just think about how massive that is. That is not a simple thing. So we do have the infrastructure for that. Now, we do a lot of meetings. And right now, we do a lot of Facebook Live. The company has its own website, the streaming system. Many of us also use Zoom to promote events, and we'll be doing that probably till the end of the year before we can do any live events. But both the field, like us, like I'm one of the business leaders, and you saw Brenda, and we'll have a few other people come up later. We drive the business team, and along with the company who have these events to share the idea, what is Jeunesse about, what are the products about, how to make money, the opportunity. So you get an incredible e-commerce store that, plus the marketing and all that's ready for you, plus all the social media content the company has, where you don't have to create it. You just need to go to company social media on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Pinterest. Just grab it and repost it. Very simple, okay? And also, we have training by the field leaders to teach you even how to do the business now, especially many of us are never using social media to do business. Now we're doing it. How do we do that? How do we do that effectively? And what is the psychology behind that? We have all that training. And of course, the company has a huge team around the world. And one thing in business is you definitely need to be coached and mentored to learn the system of how to make money. And we have that. So in a way, all of these things together, it is pretty much a business in a box. So how to get paid big in the sharing economy? I like to call it sharing because nowadays, it's about like, share, subscribe, and repeat over and over again. So all you have to do is purchase a starter kit. An online kit is $29.95, or plus marketing material is $49.95. Right now, there's a promotion though for $1 for the online starter kit, so you can join the business. For $1 plus, you buy some extra products to use for yourself and to show others. So you can now. When I'm going to talk about how to make money, there's 2 kinds of income. One is linear income. That's when you do something one time and make money one time. So when people buy from your website, you make money each time when they buy individual products or multiple products. Now, if they want to be a distributor, they can also buy enrollment packages, which is actually a discount of wholesale prices. So it's kind of like Costco, like a membership where you can get the products at wholesale or below wholesale. We have a lot of product specials all the time. The company has that every single month on different products and different combination of products. So then, look, when people go to your website to do that, the company will drop ship for you. You will earn a commission, and that's what's called a linear income. Now, remember why I talk about making money when you sleep? Well, another way is called leverage income. Now, what is that? Well, let me contrast. Linear income is when you do something one time, make money one time. The leverage income is leveraging off of the efforts of other people. Now, there's a very famous gentleman. His name is J. Paul Getty. In the U.S., he was the first documented billionaire in the U.S., made his money on real estate, oil, etc. He said, you know what? He would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of his own efforts. Now, do you get what I'm saying? So that's called leverage income. So Jeunesse gives you a chance to participate in a leverage income where you can override global sales from around the world. Because look, if you share the Jeunesse with your friends and family or acquaintance, what if they decide they want to make money too, right? So you will override a percentage of what they do, and pretty much forever to infinity. So because people know people know people. You know how, for example, on Facebook, you have your friends, and then they have their friends, and then their friends. Well, sharing, it's when something's good, it's easy to share. When the products work, when you're making money, it's easy to share that experience. And anytime the people you override, they buy or sell product, you can make money. It can be very big. I mean, my own business is more than 100 countries. So the other thing is also, there's another way to make money called matching bonus. Now, how many of you wouldn't mind helping other people make money? And every time the other person make money, you have a chance to override a little bit of that, to match that. Anywhere from 5%, 10%, 15, 20, 25, 30%. If you have, shared Jeunesse with me, I decided to become a distributor, and I'm making money in an overriding team commission of people around the world. Every time I get that, what if you have a chance to match me? 20, 25, up to 30% of that income. It can be huge, right? So we do that 7 level deep. So it is very lucrative. And the last one is if you get to some of the top ranks of the company will split a global bonus pool. This pool consists of global company sales. So this is not only profit sharing, it's literally a percentage of sales. It's before profit. So this is very, very lucrative. So a lot of people now, 10.5 years, they have changed their lives. I mean, they moved from a small house to a big house, for average car to a fancy car, or they've traveled the world. And actually traveling it, what I believe some of the people, they come into the business just for the traveling. They love it. They love how it is, the company pay for you to travel. They have contests every year, twice a year. And if you achieve that, company will pay pretty much 5-star for you to go to places just like Rome, Greece, Iceland, UK, Mexico, Cabo, go fishing, swim with the dolphins, Alaska cruise, Hawaii, Australia, Malaysia, Japan, Korea, so many places. Middle East, Dubai, South Africa. I think some people just join Jeunesse to go play, to make money and go play. So this has been a life-changing business for me. I mean, the last 10.5 years, I've worked with thousands of people around the world. I've realized that in life, people just want the same thing. But what if there's a new business model out there where the average person, just like me, and maybe you, and like some of the other people, find this platform. They can do maybe part-time or full-time, whatever they want, and they have achieved their dreams. What if that was possible?